This is the story of a man who fought a battle of life and death in the world's largest and most ruthless ocean, the Pacific Ocean, for over 400 days. He set a world record and came back alive after 14 months, but upon his return, something happened that led him to end up in jail. Find out the full story in this video. The mere mention of the Pacific Ocean makes people break into a sweat. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, divided into 4 oceans: the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. The Pacific Ocean is the largest, covering an area of 165 million square kilometers. It alone covers 148 million square kilometers. The ocean has only a few small islands, some of which no human has ever set foot on. If someone accidentally gets lost in the Pacific Ocean, finding them is nearly impossible. A man who survived 14 months in the Pacific Ocean was named Jose Salvador Alvarenga. He had a small 7-foot boat, which was so cramped that lying flat was impossible. Despite the conditions, he survived for over a year on this boat, endured the ocean's brutality, and set a world record that has yet to be broken. Jose's misfortune was that he got caught in a terrible situation. In November 2012, Jose, a 36-year-old experienced fisherman from the Mexican village of Costa Azul, went fishing with a companion. On November 17, 2012, they set out in their small 7-foot boat to fish, which was too small to venture far. They planned to return in 30 hours. They set their nets 120 kilometers from the Mexican coast when a severe storm approached. To avoid the storm, they left their nets and sped away at full throttle. After 6 hours of battling the storm, their boat's engine failed. They could see the shore in their village, but the storm was strong and moving them farther away. Their radio battery died, and with the storm pushing them away from the shore, visibility became almost zero. They could neither see nor understand their location. Within just 5 days, their boat drifted 450 kilometers from shore. With no flares or means to signal for help, they were in a dire situation. Their food ran out 2 days earlier, and they had no equipment to catch fish, having left their nets behind. Their hunger became severe, and one day a bird landed on their boat. They tried to catch it but failed. However, they managed to catch another bird later, and survived by eating the birds that landed on their boat. Drinking seawater could be fatal, so they collected rainwater in plastic bottles. They also drank the blood of fish and turtles when they were able to catch them. Days turned into months, and the mental torture they endured is unimaginable. After 4 months, Jose's companion could not withstand the torment and committed suicide, leaving Jose alone on the boat with only water around him. Despite losing hope, he continued to struggle for survival. According to maps, Jose was in the most remote part of the Pacific Ocean, a region known for its silence and only frequented by cargo ships. After more than 6 months, Jose saw a cargo ship in the distance, the first one in 6 months. This sight renewed his hope of survival. He tried to signal the ship but was too far, and it eventually disappeared from view. Jose thought his fate was sealed. Imagine being stuck in such a place for 6 months, with no other human in sight. After 11 months in traveling 8,000 kilometers on the tiny boat, his clothes were tattered, and he had only an underwear left to protect himself from the sun. Finally, on January 30th, 2014, after 439 days, he saw floating coconuts and birds around him. He realized there must be an island nearby. He spotted an island in the distance and swam towards it. The island, known as Ibn Atoll, is one of the smallest islands in the world. By sheer luck, the winds had shifted his boat towards the island. If he had missed it, or if the winds had been different, he might never have reached it and would have seen only the Philippines, 5,000 kilometers away. Reaching the island was like finding a new lease on life. After exploring the area, he saw a house and a person came out. After 14 months at sea, seeing a living person made him cry. The local police arrived soon after, and Jose shared his entire journey with them. However, no one believed his story of surviving 438 days in a small boat without food. To prove his story, he called his boss, who confirmed that Jose had been lost at sea for a year. Since Jose had arrived in another country without a visa, he was sent back to Mexico after some legal proceedings. But the story didn't end there. The family of his deceased friend filed a case against Jose, alleging that he had eaten his companion. After legal battles, Jose was eventually released. Later, he published a book titled 438 Days, detailing his entire ordeal. His story, which unintentionally set a world record, inspires us that no matter how tough life gets, there is always a solution. Thank you.